Part 1. Complete this text. Okay, so Sarah, I see that you eat soup every day at work. Why are you eating soup every day? That's because I love to cook soup. So, you make the soup? Yes, it was very easy to make. So, you cook it, then you just bring it to work every day? Yeah, I just make a lot on Monday and then I bring it to work every day of the week. Oh, nice. How do you make the soup? What's your secret? Well, I like to cook very easy. So I buy meat that's already cut up, usually chicken, and then some rice, usually brown rice, and then I buy some vegetables. So after I bought the ingredients, I chop them up and I put them all together in water until it boils and add some seasonings. Okay, so you say the water boils. As soon as the water boils, that when you put in all the ingredients. Yes, that's right. So you don't put in the ingredients before the water boils. No, I guess. It's just easier for the water to be hot because the vegetables and the meat cook a little faster. So how do you give the soup flavoring? I guess it's just easier to add salt and pepper, maybe some garlic depending on the type of the soup. Either some soy sauce or lemon juice. Okay, do you put the flavor in after ingredients or before you put in the ingredients? Maybe after, but usually right about all the same time. Okay. So I just put everything in at one time. And then after you cook the soup, do you put the soup in the refrigerator or you let it sit outside? I usually eat some right then. And I also put in containers for the week. But I let it sit in the containers out of the counter for a while for it to cool before I put in the refrigerator. Alright, and so do you put in the refrigerator until it's cool? Until it's about room temperature. Okay, nice. And then how do you heat it up? Do you heat it up in a pot or do you heat it up in the microwave? In the microwave, it's the easiest. Yeah, nice. So you make enough for 5 meals? Maybe, sometimes. If I think I'll get tired of eating during the week, then maybe I'll just make enough for 3 or 4 meals. But if it's some kind and I think I really delicious and I know I want to eat it every day, then I make a lot. Well, if that happens when you make the soup, can you make it for 7 and give me a bowl? Okay, I'll do that next time. Okay, great, thanks. Part 2. Answer the questions correctly. Number 1. When is Steve going out with Jennifer? Monday. Number 2. Where is the movie theater? Drive down First Street going west, cross the river and keep going straight until Pine Street. Then turn left. The movie theater is the second building on the right next to the church. What is the favorite restaurant and why does the restaurant become favorite? The Pink Flamingo, they serve Spanish food. Number 4. Where is the location of the favorite restaurant? From the movie theater, go south on Pine Street, cross 2nd Street and drive through 3rd Street. You will see a parking lot on the left side. Then turn left on the 3rd Street and drive east. Pink Flamingo is building just before the river on the left side. Number 5. Retell that conversation using your own word. Describe in details about that people talking about. Steve was calling his friend to ask a movie theater because he wants to go out on a date with Jennifer on Monday. And his friend Renee is giving him a direction to go to theater. Here is the direction. You drive down First Street going west, cross the river and keep going straight until Pine Street, then turn left. The movie theater is in the second building on the right next to the church. And he asked for her recommendation of a nice restaurant. So Renee is giving him a direction to the restaurant from the theater. From the movie theater, go south on Pine Street, cross 2nd Street and drive through 3rd Street. You will see a parking lot on the left side. Then turn left on the 3rd Street and drive east. Pink Flamingo is building just before the river on the left side. Part 3. Retell the story using your own words. A shepherd dog was left malnourished by its owner. One day, the dog met a parrot, and the dog told the parrot about the abuse its owner had done to him. The parrot offered the dog to follow him to the next town, and there he'll find plenty of food. They soon found a butcher shop, and the parrot said that he'll pack some meat to eat. Once he clawed a meat in which he gave it to the dog then asked for a piece of bread, and then the parrot obeyed. The dog then, satisfied with his belly full of food, they went along have a stroll. Not long, the dog wanted to have some nap on the high road, in which the couple then had some rest. A carter with a barrel of wine was going along the street, failed to notice the fast asleep dog. Alert, the sparrow screamed at the carter, but the carter did not budge, and killed the poor dog. Furious, the parrot then vowed to the carter that he shall avenge his friend. He then let the carter's wine cast loose on the street. The carter noticed too late and was angered even more when the parrot pecked on his horse's head, trying to kill the parrot. The parrot immediately flies, and he instead killed one of his own horse. Unsatisfied, the parrot then proceeds to lick the other cask of wine. He then repeats his trick on the other horse, and the same fate befell upon the carter. Blinded by anger, the parrot did the same trick on the 3rd horse, and the carter caught in the same trap yet again. He then accepted his fate and walked home to his surprise. The parrot then invited other birds into himself and helped themselves with the carter's corn. The parrot is not done yet, for it had perched itself on the window. The carter then threw a hatchet but missed. Their fight continues inside his house, and it destroys all their belongings inside, yet the parrot remains unharmed. The carter's wife threw a hatchet on the parrot, but she missed her aim and instead hit her husband's head. After seeing the lifeless body on the carter, the parrot quietly flew home.